PJD2102.7FM and 1300 AM. February the 24th, Saturday, February the 24th, man. February's over, all over. Let me start out by shouting out all the constant listeners to this program, man. I want to thank you for joining us every week again. Shout out to my cycling buddies, man. Jesus Pantaflet, wow, 70 years old. This guy had an exhibition this morning. In cycling. Great ride. I didn't see my buddy Joseph Hallman this morning, but shout out to you, the cream. Henry Susanna, also there this morning in the pack. Team Del Skeet, former baseball legend Team Del Skeet. Shout out to you, pleasant good morning. Then we got Patrick Lake, my regular cycling buddy during the week, and Gerald Baptiste formed the group this morning that was on the road cycling, man. So I want to thank those guys, them for a good exercise. You got to get in some exercise. Exercise is the key. 70 years old, Jesus Pantaflet, and cycling with the younger generation. So that's a great. I want to shout out, of course, up there in South Reward, Lidet Freedom and Magda. Pleasant good morning to you guys up there. Haven't heard from you in a while. Got to run down Belvedere, hit Miss Will, go over to Grand Cars, Super D and the crew over there, Moran down there in Agrima. Come back up South Reward. I got to shout out my buddy, of course, Raymond Jacobs up there in South Reward. So pleasant good morning to you all. Everyone hearing us from near and far. Of course, Sports Forum is on, and this morning we have an action-packed program for you. We have a two-part program. The first part of the program, we're going to be talking about boxing. And in the studio with us this morning is none other than the man himself, Shawn the Pitbull Blair. And he's going to bring us up to date on what's going on in the area of boxing. Mr. Blair, good morning and welcome back to the program, man.
Good morning, Mr. Ventura. Thank you for having us. Today we're here to talk to you and the public at large about our upcoming boxing event, which is called Test Your Skills, the second annual tribute to Mr. Louis Gibbes and Alphonso Blijden.
All right. So this is the second annual, and you were here last year on the program when you were going to have the first. And how was the experience of the first event that you held?
For us, it was pretty good. The only thing that we had wanted to see more is more people getting involved in boxing, more youngsters.
Yes. All right. So this year's event, of course, I think you're gonna try to outdo yourself from last year. Of course, you have boxers coming in from abroad, and tell us a bit about the background of this event. You call it the Louis Gibbes Alphonso Blijden. Why that name? I know I asked it last time, but just for the people who may not have heard and tuning in for the first time, why Louis Gibbes and Alphonso Blijden tribute Test Your Skills boxing event?
Okay, it started back in 1996, where I met Mr. Louis Gibbes for the first time in Lime Road, and he was talking about boxing and about he's going to open up a little gym for training boxers. So I tell him I was interested and I would like to be a part of it, and I was one of the first boxers to be there with him. Also Claudette Alexander and Alex McQuilkin. We were the three boxers there with him. And the reason why I would say Mr. Gibbes and Alphonso, Mr. Gibbes was the coach, the trainer, and Mr. Alphonso Blijden, everyone know him for his work he have done throughout his life, working in the government administration building. So he was the guy behind setting up the structure of the boxing. Every time you needed something, you could always count on him. And also he was the one that helped me in order to move forward in boxing in terms of today be able to do this. So they were the foundation. So I recognize them for what they have done.
For you in this regard.
Yes.
All right. So tell us, test your skills. What should the public out there in large, what are they gonna get when they come out to witness this second edition of the Louis Gibbes, Alphonso Blijden Test Your Skills boxing tournament, and it's going to be held at the LB Scott Sports Auditorium. So tell us a bit what you have in store for the general public.
Okay, today we have with us a few of the boxers who are going to be participating in it. And the reason why I would say test your skills, you see these youngsters, they come to train and they only can test their skills when they get in the ring. So that's why I come up with the name Test Your Skills, And at the same time, we have been seeing, for a couple of years now, a lot of young children, young St.Maarten children, fighting on the road, and it's a big crowd of people to see them fighting on the street, So those kind of crowds that we see, you see a lot of people. We hope that we can see a lot more to watch, a more constructive part of fighting.
Or even get some of those who engage in those fights in the ring to fight in an organized manner. That definitely will cool them out, though.
Well, I think that's the plan as well, But these youngsters here, they have been training, they have been dedicating themselves to the sport of boxing, and been coming up to training, So I would like for them to get an opportunity, to showcase themselves and see if boxing is something that they really wanted to do, because they've been coming, and also they can inspire their classmates, their friends.
Once they perform well, they can go back to school and spread the word with their good performance. All right. So who we have in the studios here with you? Let's go to the gentleman, the other mic there. Let's go to him. Come a bit closer to the microphone. Introduce yourself there for the general public.
Hello, good morning. My name is Jhamar Hilton. I'm a born Dominican, raised in St.Maarten. And I came here today to spread the word about the upcoming event, because it's really, how to say it, I've been wanting to fight for a long time, and this is something I've been doing since 2021,
Since 2021?
Since 2021 I've been boxing.
So what made you get interested in boxing, Jhamar?
Well, I watched the sport a lot, so I've been saying, where do it have boxing on St.Maarten? I really couldn't find where, until one day I was in school and Mr. Shawn Blair arrived to my school with boxing gloves and headgears and so on, coming to just like, to come to the public and showcase that there's different stuff you can do and to better your life and so on. So I was interested, and from then I signed up with him. And ever since I've been stuck with him and training.
So this is going to be your first fight, Jhamar?
My first fight.
Your first fight?
Yes.
So what weight class are you going to be fighting in?
Super heavyweight.
Super. Super heavyweight.
Yeah.
And you're going to be going up against, you know who you're going to be going up against already?
Mr. Eriak Bendahan.
And where is he from?
I have no idea. He's from St.Maarten.
He's from St.Maarten too?
Yes.
Well, from a different club?
Yes, from a different club.
Okay, so you've been, of course, how much times a week you've been training for this event?
Every day of the week I train.
Every day.
One break, no.
So you're taking this serious, Jhamar?
Yes, I cannot go there, I gotta go there and perform and show that not only me can do it, but they can do it too. All it takes is dedication and hard work. You gotta push yourself,
To the limit.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Let's go over to our next guest in the studios with us. Introduce yourself, give us your name.
Good morning, my name is Lachman Benny.
Go slow on that name there. Lachman
Benny.
Lachman Benny.
Yeah.
All right, Lachman Benny. And according to me, you are a kickboxer now, transitioning into regular boxing. No?
The official goal, I do jiu-jitsu also. So the official goal is like mixed martial arts.
Okay.
So I have to compete in kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, boxing, This will be my second fight and my first boxing fight.
So your second fight and your first boxing fight. And who are you going up against, Lachman?
I'm not sure his name yet, but
you feel prepared for this fight though.
Oh yeah, I feel good.
So anybody that throw in the ring against you, you going in there.
If you're the same weight as me, I will face you.
So what weight category you're fighting in?
58 kg.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what is that, like lightweight?
Yeah,
Lightweight.
So lightweight. Okay. So let me just go back to Shawn a minute there. So tell us how this event, because we all look at it on TV and stuff like that. So you're gonna have an official weigh-in where the fighters have to make weight and stuff like that. Is that something that?
Yes, that happens the day before. They happen the day before we do the medical.
Okay.
And then the next morning before the fight, we do the weigh-in, the referees signing of the books, make sure that everything is in order, and then in the evening we'll have the bouts.
Okay, so if a fella don't make weight in a category, then what happens in that case?
Well, if you don't make the weight, you can't fight.
You can't fight.
It's young people we're talking about,
So safety is a concern, of course.
Like Mr. Lachman Benny, he's a 24-year-old guy, so maybe someone like him fighting against another guy, you take certain things into consideration as well, but the weight can be, a way of a difference in terms of making an official fight.
All right, let's go over to our third guest in the studios. You got to come a little closer to the microphone and come a little closer to the table so that we could get you in also on the live. Yeah, now you're there. All right. So, you seem like the shy one in the group.
Yeah, definitely.
So give us your name.
Okay. Hello, my name is Martina, and I am 19 years old.
Martina. Say that again, Martina. I think it's
Stevania. Yeah,
Stevania Martina. Okay. So Stevania, tell us a bit about yourself. When did you get into boxing, and why did you get into boxing?
So originally, I used to play soccer, but I ended up taking a break because of work and whatever. And then I have a certain friend who's sitting across the table from me.
Oh, Jhamar.
And he was like, "You should come back," and I was like, "I don't like getting hit, so I'm not gonna do that." And then he bring two of our friends, and they just drag me along, and I think this was early 2023, and I've been boxing since. So
now about the hitting part, the getting hit part, how you managed to avoid that? Because part of boxing is getting hit, right?
Well, my coach tell me the sport is hit and don't get hit, so I really hope, holding on to that mantra. So yeah,
Fly like a butterfly.
All right, so you train yourself like the Rocky movie when Rocky went up in the hills and lead him, beat him in his stomach, and you train like that.
Coach just catch me with those. Yeah. He let me run away from those. Yeah.
So you're based on your weight, I think you're gonna be in the featherweight category, or
I a little heavier than I look. Apparently, I just find out we're the same weight.
Wow.
Yeah, he's 58, I 57.
Wow.
I think it's in the hair.
No, I think it's the height.
The height. Okay. So who's gonna be your opponent in this? This is gonna be your first boxing match.
Yeah.
So this is you really testing your skills coming out now. So this is gonna be your first boxing match. And how have you been preparing for this boxing match?
Well, training on Monday to Thursday, and then getting beat up every Friday. Training to get hit part just in case they do happen. But yeah.
So how that working out for you?
Still don't like it, but I guess I'm used to it now. Yeah.
So the core of your training is what? Because everybody know the Rocky movie and see Rocky running with the eye of the tiger and stuff like that. So what's the core of your training? A lot of running, bobbing and weaving, floating like a butterfly. What's your strategy in the ring? What's gonna be your strategy in the ring?
We can hope to keep him outside, and then maybe when he get quiet, not quiet.
When he get tired,
I could use my little tiny body, get inside, do a little works, and then go back out. Yeah.
All right. So, was in this short time that you've been boxing, what's your favorite punch? What's your go-to punch you like to do? You like the uppercut?
I like a right hand.
The right hand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Blair, you've been preparing. These are all players. These are all boxers. You mean players, boxers from who've been training under you. Now, you have more kids training under you because Jhamar spoke about you going into the schools and trying to introduce boxing in the schools. So, do you have more kids training under you currently?
Yes, we have a couple more, but the main thing of, getting these kids from the school and bringing them to training is that we need a facility, so that's our goal so that we could obtain our own gym, because we train out on the boardwalk. Not everybody likes to be seen,
Okay.
in
That ain't
the
ideal at all.
training, so we got a lot of people interested, but when they hear that you're training on the boardwalk, a lot of people tends to not, show up.
Yeah.
But like Mr. Marco London, they have training up at Milton Peters College, and they have a pretty large group. So, going there with them, we found that they have a lot of kids that who can transition to boxing and also stay into kickboxing. So this time around, we got a few kids that is coming out of their gym, out of Mr. Marco London gym. Everyone know Mr. Marco London as former world champion and someone that I started, training with from way back in the days as well. We used to go and train with Marco and Jerry and Steve Phillips. These guys are
those are some of the world champions, some of the best of the best that St.Maarten produced.
And a lot of people, still up to this day, don't know about how good these guys were, and the things that they have done for us. So if, people can go and take a look and see what Mr. Marco London has been doing and what he's doing with these kids up in Milton Peters College on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I think it starts around 6:30. He and also Akeem Lewis. They're going to be leaving, I think, on the 1st as well, to go to Trinidad to fight. They have some guys who's going there as well to fight. So we have a lot of kids this time than we had the last time, meaning St.Maarten boxers. So we got our boxers, we got Mr. Marco London and Akeem Lewis. We also have Orduzan from the Tire Center.
Colby Tire Center.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, we have this guy they call Anthony Alfred.
So Earl himself is going to... No, his son was into boxing.
Yeah, but his son is no longer here. He's in...
Okay.
Moved to the Netherlands. But he's still training. And one of his boxers going up against mine.
Okay. Yeah. So tell us. You have the lineup for the event already?
We don't have it place it as yet, because we have Curacao coming, we have the Bahamas coming, and of course...
How much boxers coming from Curacao?
Curacao got I think 5 boxers are coming.
Oh, so that's a good amount. Yeah.
And Dominica scheduled to come with 4. So, and the Bahamas are coming with 1. And then the rest from us.
Okay, so it's looking to be a very, very exciting event at the LB Scott Sports Auditorium. Tell us when the event is gonna take place.
On March 1st, Friday, this Friday coming at the LB Scott Sports Auditorium. This time around, last time around, we honor only one boxer, which was my coach, Mr. Emmanuel Petit. This time around, we'll be doing 3 former great boxers from St.Maarten.
Okay.
Which is Mr. Albert Adams, aka Jesse Torres.
Jesse Torres, yeah,
yes.
From northern side of the island.
Yes. And so I think it's Selvin. I forget to check his name, but anyhow, everybody know him as Kid Choo Choo.
Kid Choo Choo.
Yes, he's gonna be one, and also Mr. Jeffrey Eugene Williams.
Okay, I remember Jeffrey Williams. Yes. Well, I pulled up the Champions Review here of boxing from 1985. We're going down memory lane here. 1 minute, 1985, with one of St.Maarten's also best boxers, a good boxer back in the days, Sugar Ray Nando.
Yes,
Sugar Ray
I
Nando.
met him.
So that's our...
I know him personally as well.
All right.
Yes, and...
So that's our flashback memory this morning on Sports Forum. We want to shout out to our online viewers, of course. We got Julian Richards up there in the US of A, always locked and tuned into the program. Super Dave, pleasant good morning to you. Got to shout out Jossie Rumbly, also in tune. Malika Butte, Minerva Hughes, Wana Hughes out of Kobe there. Pleasant good morning to you. And thanks for tuning in. Nigel Leslie. Nigel, how you doing, man? How is Stacia doing this morning? Yeah. So how is Stacia doing this morning? Shout out to everyone over there in Stacia. Ingrid Duncher. Pleasant good morning to you guys as well. So if you just joined the program, we are tuned to Sports Forum here on PJD2102.7. I'm Antonio Venturin, and of course we're talking boxing this morning. We have three of the boxers who are going to be participating in the second annual Louis Gibbes and Alphonso Blijden Test Your Skills shootout. So let's go over back to Jhamar, Mr. Hilton, and Mr. Hilton, he is in the heavyweight category. So now you got into boxing. Any particular boxer that you have been watching? Who's your idol? Who you try to mold yourself off of?
As a professional boxer.
As a professional, yeah.
Well, I really have been looking at Gervonta Tank Davis and T-Bud Crawford, which is...
So why you like those two boxers?
Because of the the IQ in the ring. Like, they have a lot of high IQ. They fight. I love how they fight. Like, and Gervonta.
So when you say high IQ, what do you mean? What do they do in the ring that impresses you?
Like, they think, like, they're great counter punchers, and they're not, like, scared to get hit. They just go full on, you know, like, they show that.
So you're not scared to get hit?
I'm not scared to get hit. I'm all forward for it. I'm not scared to get hit.
No. So you could do like Muhammad Ali, take licks for 7 rounds and then come back. No.
Yeah, one thing my coach taught me is, like, not to be scared. When they hit you, you hit 2 times harder. Like, show them that you're not scared, that you're the bigger man in the ring, you know? So
what's your favorite punch?
My favorite punch is my left hook.
Left hook?
I'm a southpaw.
You're a southpaw. Wow.
Yeah.
So you should be giving all those boxers coming up against you headache as a southpaw. So you could switch between southpaw and a regular stance, or you just constantly a southpaw?
Sometimes I, like, switch stance if I'm trying to, like, angle myself right to catch the punch perfectly, but mostly I stick to my southpaw so I don't confuse myself in the ring, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Lachman Benny. Now you're a mixed martial artist, and you fought one fight already in mixed martial art. Where was that fight? Kickboxing.
Yes.
Yeah. Where was that fight?
That was in City Town, St. Peter's. Milton Peters, yes.
Okay. And you won your first match?
No, I lost by decision.
By decision.
Yeah.
So what do you learn coming out of that first match, losing by decision, that you definitely want to do differently for this upcoming match?
What happened was I burnt myself out on the first round, and the second round came around, and I was like burnt. So on my next match, I will be more steady, focused.
So you're gonna have to control your breathing much better, because I had Marco London here. Marco said everything is about breathing.
Yeah.
You gotta control your breathing. If you stop breathing in the ring, you're in trouble.
Everything is a rhythm.
So you gotta pace yourself much better. So what is your favorite? What is your strong punch that you use in boxing?
Well, I'm a southpaw.
Yeah, southpaw as
also,
well.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my left hand is like what I like to use.
You like the uppercut? You like left hook?
Well, for me, I'm a shorter fighter, so usually it's hooks and uppercut.
So where you feel more comfortable? Inside, working your opponent on the inside?
Inside is what
with a lot of body shots and stuff like that. Yes. Hotting him up. Well, I don't know much about boxing. I just watch it on TV. Mr. Martina, the man who don't want to get hit. Now, you just got into the game of boxing. Any boxers that you look up to and try to mold yourself after?
They have this Japanese fighter, Naoya Inoue. Yeah, I look up to him.
Okay. Why you like him?
Okay, so we could be somewhere around the same weight,
and
we fight the same, we orthodox fighters.
Orthodox. When you say orthodox, what do you mean?
I'm
Right-handed.
Okay, you're right-handed.
Yeah, and I like how he does move because like he has slight footworks and he basically really don't get hit, and I really so yeah, so he knows to keep distance, know when to press in, and I want to be able to replicate that.
Okay, so how's your footwork in the ring? You bob a lot. You dance. You could dance for how much rounds you guys have? How much rounds with your bout be?
3 rounds.
3 rounds. Okay, so you could dance on your toes for 3 rounds.
I don't have a I can make it work.
All right, Shawn, back to you. Now, tell the listeners and the viewers out there, a bit. Invite them out, of course. Give them some more information about the card. How what they can expect at the LB Scott Sports Auditorium on March 1st. It's one night, eh?
Yeah, one night. Yes.
So tell us what they can expect when they come out and see this event on. Are you gonna be they could look out to the Pitbull being in the ring himself back again? Maybe that's a special treat,
There's only one guy out there who would like to get back in the ring, Mr. Floyd Trumpet. He's the national coach of from Trinidad. Him and I had a boxing match back in 2001 in Anguilla, where I only had 2 weeks, and I trained for him. Went in the ring and he won by decision. So
you need to get a rematch.
That's the only guy. You know what? I put on some weight, but he's bigger than me now.
So you can outpace it.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about the event is on March the 1st. How is the event set up? What's going to be the main event for that night? You have a main event?
Yes. The way how we're going to set up the main event is based on the experience of the boxers.
Okay.
The 2 most experienced boxers that we're going to have that night on the card, they're coming from, one is from coming out of Antigua but representing Dominica.
Okay.
And the other guy is from Curacao. So Curacao versus Dominica.
That's going to be the main event. Main event. All right. And the other boxing matches are just going to be test your skills for the younger boxers to get them, get him on the card, get him a first event in boxing, first boxing night.
So one of my boys going up against Curacao. So we're looking forward to have everyone to come out. All the boxing lovers to come out. We know that, we didn't think about it, but then at the same time, it was the only time that we have available.
The Heineken Regatta.
Yes, it was the only time we had available, and then is when these countries could have come, and I didn't even remember that, But anyhow, we have people who want to see boxing. They've been waiting for boxing since last year. I would like them to come out and support our youngsters, Show them the support. Show all those young children that are fighting on the streets that if you come and do it in a more constructive manner, that's something that you can become disciplined. You can even be on your national team representing your country, and you're gonna have people behind you instead of condemning you fighting in the street. You're gonna have people cheering for you. Great.
Jhamar, now why should the general public come down to the LB Scott Sports Auditorium to see you box on March the 1st? Invite your crew out to come out and support you, man. Tell them why they have to come out. What they're gonna miss if they're not there.
You're gonna miss my first fight, obviously, and you should come out to support me because I really been putting in the work. I had some sleepless nights too, also.
Why sleepless nights?
Because you gotta train.
The fight running through your mind.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I stay up at night, and I'm like, why? I do not want to mess this up. I overthink it and think, but I still remain on the positive side and push myself to my limit. My coach also pushes me, so I would love for them to come out and see my first performance out in the ring, and the support would be very helpful for me in the ring.
All right.
Yeah.
Same question for Mr. Lachman. Invite the public to come out and support you, man.
I will put on a show. I'm ready to put on a show. I've worked very hard coming up to this fight, and St.Maarten should come out to see this.
Well, you invite them. I mean, you invite your fans to come out to see you fight.
I would like to invite everyone that supports me and all my friends who are listening now. Come see me.
So what's your boxing name? What's your boxing name?
I haven't got like a boxing.
No, you don't got a boxing name.
You know what I mean? But usually it's my name, Lachman Benny. But
Okay.
as time goes by, it will come.
All right.
People gonna be saying when they see you, Benny.
Yeah.
All right,
It will come with time.
Yeah.
Mr. Martina, what's your ring name? What's your boxing name?
I don't got one yet.
You ain't got one yet.
It is a fun.
All right. Kid Martina, no.
Oh, no.
So let me give you the opportunity to invite your fans to come out and support you on March the 1st, man. Go right ahead. You got a microphone. They're all listening to you and watching you, man. Tell them to come out and tell them what you're gonna do to this guy that when he step in the ring with you.
Okay, what I didn't do to him, what we plan on doing is winning. So, I think y'all should come and see if I could do it or not. Maybe y'all could, I don't know, wait.
Cheer you on?
Never mind. Hope I don't get hit, and if I do, well, you can laugh. It's cool, whatever. Yeah.
Well, it's a given that you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
In a boxing match, it's almost a given that you're going to get hit.
Just think that's twice as hard.
Like I said.
We can show some blows.
All right. Shawn, your final words before we close off this morning. We got a next guest to come on. Your final words.
Well, first of all, second of all, again, I'd like to thank you for inviting us. For the general public out there, please come out and support us. You know, for years we've been trying to bring back boxing from what all we heard about and just saw in the book of all these great St.Maarten champions. This is the next generation. Let's encourage them. Let's make sure that we give them the opportunity to make something out of themselves and to make the people of St.Maarten proud. We have a lot of young people and we need to inspire them.
And you have been doing a fantastic job inspiring them so far. You got a lot of congratulations coming out from our online viewers. Jassy Rumbly telling you, man, bring down those guys on the beach. Build some, get them in the water running, Tongue Beach. Get them in the water running, you know.
We'll be there tomorrow.
All right. And you also got congratulations coming out from Julian Richards, the Tops.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that was my coach.
that was your coach.
Yeah, that was my running coach.
Definitely. So he's sending out.
And you know, we was undefeated, you know.
And telling you you're doing a fantastic job. So I want to thank you guys for coming in this morning and wish you all the best on March 1st in the second annual Test Your Skills, Louis Gibbes and Alphonso Blijden boxing event. And of course, once you win, you got to come back, you know.
Yeah.
You got to come back and tell me what's going on. All right? All right, guys. Thanks a lot for being here with us and much success on March the 1st.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, much success, guys.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Don't forget your hat. Hey, always, yeah?
Yes. And how's your boy?
He's doing much better, man. He was here. He just went back Wednesday.
Okay.
He just went back Wednesday.
See, they're going to be finishing the field maybe by mid next month.
Yeah. All right. Take care, man.
Mr. Antonio,
Mr. Vermeer.
how you doing, Chief?
I'm good.
Yeah, man.
Grab a seat, man.
You have the Wi-Fi code from here?
You gotta check with Master.
Oh.
Yeah.
Join me, Antonio Ventura, on site for your alternative sports program, Sports Forum, and be informed. Power 102.7 for entertainment, education, and information. massive.
All right, we're back in the studios here live on PJD2102.7, a two-part program for you today. Our next guest in the studios with us, man, the country has been a buzz the whole week after that event over there in Doha, and fabulous performance from St.Maarten. So we got him here in the studios with us. The president of the St.Maarten Aquatic Federation, he is here with us for the remaining part of the program, and I think we're supposed to also get a chance to speak maybe to the coach of that athlete. But Mr. Vermeer, welcome back to the program, man.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you to the St.Maarten community also.
All right. So I guess you have been a busy man. Your phone has been ringing non-stop since we all saw that fabulous performance from Tatiana Taffy Ellis in Doha. Tell us, how did you experience that as the president? How did you guys experience that as the president of the St.Maarten Aquatic Federation? You guys must be proud, of course.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming, to be honest. Before we even started with the preparations for Doha, we basically set a goal for ourselves as a federation. We know what the position of St.Maarten as a whole is when it comes to the swimming community. So we know that we had to set a certain goal for us before we went to Doha. And the goal that we have set for ourselves as a federation and for the country in order to participate for the World Championships was to at least, for the athlete that's going to represent St.Maarten, to change their times.
Okay.
Because Doha, when we're speaking about Doha, the World Championships, it was organized in Doha this time, because every time they choose a different venue or location. We know that is basically one of the highest platforms in order to be able to perform, to get the opportunity to perform. So we know what St.Maarten's position was. So in order for that to happen, we had to choose one athlete. We have the choice to choose two athletes, a male and a female athlete. But this time we only had the opportunity to choose a female athlete, which was Miss Tatiana Ellis-Bell. And we had expected at least for her to change her times at the World Championships.
Now, of course, we had Miss Natasha Wright on the program before she left to Doha, because she left with a delegation. But there still seems to be, the general public. I don't think there's a full understanding of how the process works.
Yeah.
Now, explain a bit from the beginning. You guys could send one athlete. What did the federation do to prepare that athlete?
Okay, that's a very good question, and I was actually from the same opinion that you just mentioned. I think lack of understanding, lack of maybe knowledge about the swim sport. A whole hype was basically created around that from the performance from Tatiana Ellis, but basically took away what it was actually meant for. That's very sad. We as a federation experienced it as well. A lot of things were said, a lot of things were expected, but that's why I contacted you to be able to be here to educate the St.Maarten community about how to look at Tatiana, her performance. Basically, to start from the beginning, St.Maarten in a whole, when we're talking about swimming on all different levels, you know that World Aquatics is the overall governing body.
The governing body.
And under the world governing body, you have national federations, which St.Maarten is basically one of. We fall under Zone 2, that falls under the Panama Aquatics, and based on that position towards the World Aquatics, St.Maarten has the opportunity as a development country, because we don't belong yet to the top stage. As a development country, the World Aquatics gives the opportunity to developing countries to have two athletes represent their national federation. And those two athletes have to be a male and a female athlete. If you want to send as a national federation more athletes, let's say you want to send 2 males and 2 female athletes, World Aquatics will only be responsible for taking care of those costs and all the finances attached to it for the two athletes that they have a budget for.
Okay, so explain that. Let's stop there a minute and explain that, because there seems to be a lot of. I mean, it was explained on this program already by Miss Natasha Wright. Was there, because a lot of people feel like, yeah, St.Maarten didn't do nothing for the athlete. Was there any need for St.Maarten to do anything financially for the athlete?
Zero.
Explain.
Zero. I don't even know how to explain it better. Nothing. The only thing St.Maarten has to do is basically the organization around it to make sure that the athlete is registered. We have World Aquatics has something that's called a GMS system. That is a system where all the information from everybody who's going to represent the national federation or the country is being submitted in that system from World Aquatics.
Okay.
Even if you go online and you Google worldaquatics.com, for example, you will see that GMS has a specific file of profile where you can upload all the information.
Okay.
So basically, World Aquatics gives the national federations the opportunity to upload the athletes, the coaches, the representatives, everything.
Okay. So just to be clear, and so the general listening public can understand, a delegation traveled from St.Maarten to Doha to participate.
Yeah.
Who covered that cost?
World Aquatics.
So World Aquatics covered everything for how much
Everything.
people in the delegation?
For everybody. For Natasha Wright, for the coach, and for Tatiana Ellis.
So everything was covered. There was
Yes.
no need for anything, because there's a lot of
Yeah.
misunderstandings
That's,
regarding a GoFundMe
Yes.
account and stuff like that.
That's what I want to zoom in on, because I was also contacted basically, or I contacted her first, but afterwards she contacted me as well. The vice president of World Aquatics, basically, because they took also notice of the hype that was going on.
Okay.
So the question was raised: why does an athlete that everything is paid for is doing a GoFund page? Because with that, basically, you are creating the impression that either the National Federation or the Ministry of Sport is not doing their due diligence.
Correct.
Where everything has basically been paid for. I can maybe understand, because when we took over as a new board, there were a lot of things that were a little bit unclear. So we're busy very hard to restructure the National Federation. So things were being paid for, and afterwards people were being reimbursed.
Okay.
So what we are doing now as a new board is that we're making sure that we contact World Aquatics and said, this is the amount of people that we want to send, make the funds available so that these people can go. So that's exactly what happened.
It's not costing anyone out of pocket anything for St.Maarten to participate in this World Championship.
Actually, to make it more clear, when it comes to representing the country, because you have two different levels. You have that people can participate, swimmers, athletes can participate on club level, and you have athletes that can participate on national level. So when we're talking about national level, we are talking about representing St.Maarten, swimming under the St.Maarten flag. When it comes on club level, means you're representing the club that you're affiliated with.
Yeah.
So every time when an athlete is going to represent on national level, so representing St.Maarten, swimming under the flag from St.Maarten, it is the federation's responsibility and World Aquatics to take care of that. And prior to that, the federation has to make sure that projects are being submitted before. We have something called the OSCP, where St.Maarten, the federation, gets a certain amount allocated from World Aquatics to make sure that those projects are being carried out. And Doha was one of them.
Okay. So let me just go back, because there was a post, and I think that was a post in the past that was clarified, but a lot of people didn't understand. What went wrong last time? Because there was one time that she was supposed to go, this athlete was supposed to go to an event. I don't know if it's the World Championship. Can you explain what went wrong the previous time that she didn't get? Because I think a lot of this that came up now had maybe to do with that.
Okay,
So,
Miss Natasha Wright.
yeah, we're
joining
joined
in,
by
so-
Miss Natasha Wright. She
so
was
maybe
here.
she can give an explanation
Yeah,
on
welcome,
that one.
welcome back to the program,
Morning,
Miss
morning.
Wright.
Yes, I have a football game, so
Hey, we are all busy juggling a lot of different things. I want to thank you for coming in. Of course, you're back here, and you were here last time on the program, and you did
Correct.
explain a lot of regarding what was going to go on in Doha. Unfortunately, some persons may have missed it. Let me start off by asking you. You went on the trip to. So I'm going to come back to that question.
fine.
But you went along on the trip to Doha.
Yes.
How was the experience?
The experience was valuable. It was to see all the nations that took part and to see the organization. The organization was well put together, I must say. I've been in football for a couple of years, but honestly, World Aquatics, they had everything quite organized. So, like Dwight said, I was listening on my way. In terms of everything according to accommodations, flights, everything is set up in their GMS. So you book everything so they know when you're coming, they know everything.
They pick you up at the
Yes,
airport,
pick you up,
everything, the
everything.
royal treatment.
Correct. and Doha is, Qatar is a place where everything is actually done in excellence. So the hotel was 5-star. It was really a good hotel. The athlete, the coach, we didn't have to worry about anything. Food was provided. We even had laundry service. We had free pickup to the bus.
So the general public here in St.Maarten is worrying about nothing.
Nothing. We were well taken care of, and before we left, everything was paid, so we didn't have anything outstanding. So that was the good part about it.
Okay.
So in terms of the experience, we had a lot of workshops and different things that went on that was quite, I find, was very informative. They even had workshop on mental health and our youth and coaches that's suffering from mental health and stuff like that. It talked about the drugs, and stuff and different things like that. So it was very informative. And then we had, of course, we had the general meeting where Maureen Cruz was elected. She's from Aruba. So it was quite nice to see that we had somebody
She was
from
elected as the
Vice President.
Vice
President
of
of
World Aquatics.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
And she's already president of Pan Am.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was quite good to see that we had somebody in our region that understands how our
Small
dynamics.
island development states.
And so she was very helpful. She, from the start, from when we came in as a board, she was very helpful. We could come in, ask whatever questions, and she was available to help.
Now,
So-
you were poolside when that fabulous...
Yes, I was poolside.
Tell us how
I used to
your
have bad
experience...
a shot. I was so into the game, I forgot I was shooting. And actually, I missed a couple shots, but yeah, I was poolside. It was quite an experience. She was in meet 4, and she did win her heat, which was good for her, and she did improve her times. Again, that's what we were looking for. When I came, I said one of our
You
goals
did
is for her to
do it.
improve her times.
Now, I know that you guys also, and either of you can answer, that in preparation for this event, the federation also appointed a national coach who worked with the athlete.
Correct.
I have a question here. I mean, I know you explained it to me. Did Miss Ellis had to post a qualifying time to be able to qualify to go to this championship?
She had to have a time, yes, and she already had a time in the GMS because she had gone to Puerto Rico previously.
Okay.
And she had her timings previously.
So she met whatever.
Yeah, because she had already gone the previous year, they have her numbers there.
Okay,
already.
her numbers were
Yes.
already
Yeah,
in the
in
system.
one edition.
Yes.
Correct.
Oops, it's finished. Oh. Yeah. No, so basically when it comes to, as I explained before, St.Maarten is in the development group from World Aquatics. So when it comes to World Championships, we don't need qualifying times.
Okay.
Correct.
St.Maarten doesn't need basically a qualifying time to attend the World Championships. So basically what happened, like Ms. Wright explained, Tatiana Ellis did a qualification meet in Puerto Rico, and before that she also participated by the previous World Championships.
Yeah.
So those times were basically submitted in the GMS in order for her to participate for the World Championships in Doha.
Now, the federation also have a national coach that worked with Miss Ellis.
Correct.
In preparation for this event, and she traveled also along to Doha with her. Tell us a bit about that, Miss Wright.
Okay, the experience was quite extraordinary, I find. Miss Elaine has very good. She's a swimmer, and she knows the game, and she knows her field. And when she came in, she really worked with Tatiana, because Tatiana came in with a knee injury, and one of the things that Coach Elaine had to do is really kind of work with her and try to give her the right exercises, give her the right workout, in order for her to kind of be able to be fit enough to swim. So
we're talking about Elaine Bruder.
Yes. She really did a good job with her. She had workouts at the gym. She had workouts in the pool. Like every morning they will leave 7 a.m. They will go to the pool for about 2.5 hours, train, come back, and Elaine worked on her meals, her sleeping times, everything. Everything she had to work on her in order for her to be at her best.
And put down this fabulous performance.
Correct. Yes.
Because everyone was so impressed with this fabulous performance. Now, I just want to go back, because we were talking about, and what I think caused a lot of the misunderstanding. There was something that happened in the past that she was not able to go. There was a post about that created some stir, and I think that came back this time again.
Correct. And I think we have to understand as well that the new board was just elected last August. So in seeing all of what has been going on, we took a stance to say, okay, certain things are not supposed to be. So when we found out that the athlete had to be going to look for financing and all of that, we were like, that should not be. The athletes should be focusing on their swimming and focusing on training. So one of the things when we came in as a new board is that I said that we needed to streamline how the whole event is organized. Because when we found out, that there is funding available from World Aquatics for the event, we said there is no need for an athlete to have to go pay and then get reimbursed. Because that's what's been happening. The public would give to them.
So it was basically a lack of understanding with the World Aquatics Federation procedure that led to this, maybe? How would we classify it?
I think because the previous board, their kind of policy was, okay, pay up front and then we reimburse you. So I think that kind of went off the wrong way. So now they're finding themselves in a situation where they have to say, okay, I have to find money, I got to find money, I can't find money. That's how really the public got involved. But by rights, it's not supposed to be that way, because even after the public has given, they still get reimbursed from World Aquatics, whatever they spend. Understand?
If I can,
Mr. Vermeer.
If I can give an addition to that, basically you have two major opportunities in order to finance these type of events. One is the OSC 2 portions, but you also, and that I think that is what created basically the situation.
When you say OSEP, or
it is
break it down so that
it's like our yearly funding.
The yearly funding from World Aquatics.
The yearly funding.
Sorry, I'm using technical terms.
Because
sorry.
The common man on the street need to understand.
So, and the other option that you have is to put in a subsidy plan by the Department of Sports. But there are certain requirements that you have to meet in order to do that. And the Department of Sports has two opportunities to do that. You can either send in your subsidy plan at the beginning of the year for the whole year, or you can do it, I think, 3 months prior.
Incidental subsidy.
Yes, but we already know the bureaucratical way. Sometimes it takes like longer than expected. So what we did as a new board as well, we send in our plan for the whole year. So that we know that, okay, we have these funds available, so whatever might come our way for meets, because we have a year calendar, so that the athlete, like Ms. Natasha Wright explained, the athlete themselves don't need to focus on where do I need to find money in order
just
to
focus on their performance.
Exactly.
Great. Radio listeners, if you just joined us, you're in tune to Sports Forum here on PJD2102.7. This morning we had a 2-part program. We are talking this right now to representatives of, and if I'm not mistaken, is the president and the treasurer, Mr. Dwight Vermeer, the president of the St.Maarten Aquatic Federation, and Miss Natasha Wright, who is the treasurer of that federation, and they're here clarifying everything that you got to stay in tune to this program if you want to be properly informed. And we're also streaming it on Facebook, so you could go back and check it out. Always review it and check all the information. But Sports Forum is the place to get all the accurate information from the persons who are directly involved, from the competent authorities. So stay tuned to Sports Forum, because we bring in the people and ask them the questions so that they can give you the accurate information and you're well informed as to what is going on in St.Maarten with sports. So now there was also some talk about what are we going to do, what is being done for the athlete now that this performance went down. And I think there was a misunderstanding on whether or not the delegation would be received upon return and stuff.
Yeah, like I said, I also actually followed that whole hype from the beginning. I don't know who created it or how it was created, but we also took notice of it basically as a board. And what I found basically sad is that I don't know if the general public was not aware that there is a national federation, basically, even though we came here 2 times in the preparation phase for Doha. We also have a Facebook page. We want to make notice of that again, St.Maarten Aquatic Federation. We also have a Instagram page, smaf_721, where basically everything was being actually explained. The whole preparation, the promotion for Tafi going to Doha, everything was on the page. Done. So I don't know how that was missed. Maybe homework for us as well as a federation to see what other methods we have to use to inform the general public. But to come back to what you explained for what is going to be done, I try to convert this whole hype into something positive that we can get out of. And I think it would be wise. I think I said it in one of the interviews that we already did. What the federation is basically aiming for is that we're getting our own pool. Because now the focus is on Tashana Ellis, but what if Tashana Ellis stops?
Yeah,
she's going to reach a certain age where she's going to have to hand over the torch to another one, and that's what we basically focus on, our grassroots.
So you're going back to development.
Exactly. We have other swimmers on the island who are also trying to perform on that level. Next month, March, the 28th of March to April, we have 6 athletes. They're gonna represent St.Maarten on the Carifta Games in Bahamas. Sure. 6. That's, I think, the first time that St.Maarten is gonna have that much athletes that qualified basically to go to Carifta. So we also have to shine that light on them. Like,
you know already who those athletes are? You have the names of those athletes?
We have those names. Yeah. There is Adaya Bourne, Ayana Bourne.
Let's don't go too fast. Let's don't go too fast. Pleasant good morning, Miss Rita Gums.
Yeah, the 2 born sisters from Miss Rita Gums.
Hey, our Facebook post, she's raising champions. So pleasant good morning to you, to the Gums family. She's there.
We have Kjeld van der Meer. We have Popijn Friesen, that's actually the son of the chief public prosecutor from St.Maarten. We have Nathaniel Labadie, and we have Nigel Fontenelle. The 2 last ones are swimmers from the Dolphins swim team, and the first 3 are the 2 born sisters and Kjeld van der Meer are from CST.
The Carib swim team. Yeah. The Carib swim team. Yeah. And they're going to be. Where's the
the 4? Yeah, the 4.
Where's that going? Where's the Carifta Games being held?
In Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
From the 28th from March till the 3rd of April, and that also is a SMAF sanction meet, as we call it. So World Aquatics also through a project is taking care of everything.
It's taking care of everything. So those.
The only thing basically that St.Maarten is responsible for is to clothe them, to make sure that they're representable, and that everything that they need in order to participate in this meet is organized. And that's why we reached out to the sports department to assist us as well.
Now, those athletes going to the Carifta Games, how are they being prepared? Is Miss Brewer also the national coach helping them?
Yeah, she is.
We can call. Yeah, she was trying to call Miss Elaine
Brewer. Yeah, for her to.
Because she's at the pool right now doing what she does best. So we're going to try to WhatsApp caller.
In the meantime,
Okay.
Yeah. So now, regular listeners, we run out of time. We run out of time this morning. We overtime a bit, but this is a hot topic. Thanks to Master D for giving us some of his time. Mr. Richards had a question: is male athletes? Yes, he just mentioned a few male swimmers who are going to be participating in the Carifta Games. So they're working on getting the male athletes also.
Four male athletes.
4 male athletes also informed. And Ms. Gums is letting the public know that the training days are 6 days a week from 5 a.m. some mornings. So it's an intensive preparation that these athletes are going through to attend the Carifta Games. All right, we might have to get Ms. Brewer in at a different time because we're running on time.
Okay.
Anything that I didn't ask you that you wanted to share with the general public?
Yes, one very important topic is basically I heard those questions also in different interviews that we listened to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you also asked that question, is how did Tatiana herself prepare for this?
Mm-hmm.
And basically that is a very something that we also need to pay attention to, because right now she's studying and living in the US.
Mm-hmm.
And I also understood from Ms. Wright that currently she trains on herself. She's not affiliated with any club
in the US.
No, and she's also not connected to a coach. And why is that? Because the expenses in order to take care of that is very high.
Mm-hmm.
The federation has to come together as well to see what we can do to accommodate her when it comes to her training, because now it's happening remotely, which should not be.
Mm-hmm.
So we're also going to have those discussions with the Department of Sports, with the new minister that's going to come in as well,
Mm-hmm.
to see like if we have ambassadors abroad or top athletes, let's just not forget them and or only cater to them basically when we need them to represent the country. Let's also make sure that whatever they need in order to perform on this level, on this stage, is being taken care of. Because we also have to be able to hold a mirror for ourselves, like what are we doing in order to make sure that that athlete is well taken care of or accommodated.
And to continue to see improvement.
Exactly.
All right, Ms. Wright, anything you wanted to mention further? Coming back, for you should be rejuvenated coming back from such an event, such a fabulous event.
It was quite a jet lag, honestly. This is the first time I've traveled so long, because our trip back was like 17 hours.
Wow.
Because we were delayed an hour. But otherwise to that, it was a good experience, and I think we were able to connect with a lot of the Caribbean islands. And one of the things that Dwight has mentioned as well, the pool, was one of the things that I brought up in our meetings with Pan Am and stuff like that when we had the elections, etc. Because there is funding available for assistance with pools. So, well, that's one of the things that we are working with them. I'm just waiting on them to send the information so that we can see how we can collaborate with government to try and see how we can get the 50-meter pool that we need in order for the
which
swimmers
is dearly
to
needed
perform at their best.
Very much needed.
Correct.
All right.
And just to be clear, Tatiana won her heat.
Yes.
Her heat. And that is very important for the general public to understand, because the information was related that she won a medal at the World Championships. And
well, we would have hoped that she would.
Yeah, we would have hoped that, believe me, but we have to be realistic as well. Like,
Yeah.
You know, she was in heat 4 from the 12th, and from people who basically understand swimming, in the 12th heat, you have the fastest swimmers at that event. So if you're in heat 4, if we also look at the time that she swam, she did, I think, 29, and the swimmers in heat 12 were at 21. So only to get to see the difference. So that's why we are stressing on training, but we also have to make that possible.
All right, so you're going to focus now on getting her proper training while she's in the U.S. as well, so that when she next time that she goes to the World Championship, and this was her fifth time.
Her fifth time
participating, so it was not her first time. Yeah. So it was a fifth time participating that she can get from 29 down to 21. Ms. Wright, your final words. We at the end of the program. Unfortunately, I'd like to talk to you guys for about another hour, but we gotta go. We gotta go time.
My last words. I just want to say, keep posted to our Facebook page. I think that there's a lot of swimmers that really are pushing to kind of reach that top of the league, as they would say. I think we should look out for Carifta, because it will be something to see what times will be coming in for Carifta, and OECS as well, and let's see,
Interscholastic meet too.
and the interscholastic meet that will be coming up soon. So stay posted to our page, and there's a lot of events that we have coming up this year, and yeah, we should see a lot of things coming out of Aquatics for 2024.
All right. Mr. Vermeer, you can close out the program for us, and
basically, thank you again for having us. It was very much needed and very important to clear out a lot of misinterpretations of things that were being said and things were being expected. So that's why we came here. But we want to thank the general public for at least the recognition for Aquatics. That was not happening previously, so now we're up in the rise.
You're up there with the big ones.
Yes.
The expectations are high.
Yeah, the expectations are high now, and we love that pressure. So basically, we're gonna do what we have to do. We're gonna make sure that all our athletes and the upcoming athletes are well taken care of.
All right.
Yeah.
So you seem to have the support, because I'm getting some message here that the incoming minister is indicating that he has a plan, and he wanted to call in, but we're running on time, so we're gonna have to do that next time. Get him in, but he's indicating to me here that he has a plan and he's listening, so he's gonna throw his support fully behind Aquatic Federation.
Great.
So we look forward to a lot of great things. I want to thank you both for coming in here and clarifying this matter this morning. It's really imperative that we provide persons with the right information, and also, connect them with the right people so that they can get the right information. So that's what we had for you this morning on Sports Forum. We invite you to join us next week, and just before we go, there's a swim meet this afternoon at 4:30 at the Caribbean
swim team.
swim team pool. So
if you want arena swim meet, yes.
If you want to support swimming, go out there and support them. Until next week, I'm Antonio Venturin, asking you to join us again for another interesting program. Master D, thanks for the extra minutes, and we're out. Take care. Bye-bye. Enjoy your weekend.